Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. The Ford F-150 Lightning was unveiled last year. This is the electric version of the very popular pickup truck, and product and deliveries began this year. And in fact, it's in such big demand, they're ramping up production of the Lightning. So with me is Laura Reynolds, a reporter at CarPro.com, and also Jasen Turnbull, who is the F-150 Lightning marketing manager. So great to have you both here. And let's just start with give me an overview of the F-150 and how it's been a huge success.
Yeah, demand's been red hot. And as you mentioned, we just announced a third shift at our plant yesterday. And right now we're focused on producing as many as possible to get as many customer deliveries out this year, with a goal of ramping up to 150,000 units production by next year.
That is just awesome. I'm telling you, congratulations. I know you guys are always working 4 to 5 years in advance. It must feel great to have your baby out on the road.
It's an awesome feeling when we revealed it to finally show it off and have that huge success of everyone's really positive reaction.
I bet. So when are you going to add that fourth shift?
So what we can say is by end of next year, we're ramping up to 150,000 units production, and that'll put us over 2 million sales for Ford vehicles, of electric vehicles, by next year.
Well, it's a beautiful truck. Go ahead, give us a walk around. Let's start with the Megatron.
Yeah, so what we call the Mega Power front. Mega because it's the largest front trunk in the industry. Power because it has Explorer Power, is those house outlets that you can charge, batteries, your crock pot, anything from a tailgate to a campsite, as well as front because front trunk. And what we really focused on is it has the lowest ingress, meaning that you can put luggage into it, day in, day out. You have cargo hooks. So we want to make it as functional as possible inside.
Man, it totally is too. I think you could probably hide a body in there. Not that
No
I would
comment.
do that. Yeah. Not that I would do that.
And what about the technology? It's got a lot of tech.
Yeah, we have really cool technology. One is called our Ford Blue Cruise, and what that is, that's our hands-free highway driving. So what that means on road trips, on highways, all you have to do is look forward, and the vehicle uses adaptive cruise control, stays in the lane, and uses a combination of cameras and radar to basically drive itself down the road. And then also we have a cool technology called intelligent range. And what that means is everyone's worried about what's my range when it's cold out, when it's going to tow. But what we really pride ourselves on is we have real-time calculation, so we will tell you, depending on your route, the grade, the weather, what you're towing, before you leave the driveway. It'll take all those inputs in and tell you a real world range, so you can make the decision of where you need to charge up for the day.
I love it, because then you don't have range anxiety anymore.
Exactly.
Get rid of that, you are good to go.
Exactly.
So I think you touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about how you can power, like your crock pot that you mentioned, and the outlets that are in the back of the bed as well.
Yeah, what we call is Pro Power on Board. So on our F-150 Lightning, we have 10 120 volt outlets and one basically 240 volt outlet. So really anything from a campsite in the back and a job site in the front. You can really charge anything, and because we have that giant battery, it's 131 kilowatts of usable space. It can go for weeks, really whatever you want to do. So you don't need to bring an onboard generator. You really, when you're tailgating, you don't really have to worry about where you're going to plug in. Your F-150 Lightning is that mobile power source for anything you need.
I love it. And Jane, I was going to tell, did you know that the F-150 Lightning can also power a house?
Well, I do remember reading that.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. And we were talking about if there's weather issues, hurricanes, something like that. This is a way you can actually get some power.
Yeah, so what we call is our Ford Intelligent Backup Power, and that is where we have a home integration system. So you have the F-150 Lightning is that battery source, it's that giant battery, and then we use our Ford Pro Charge Station wall box that actually puts the DC power from your vehicle back converts it to AC with an inverter, and then powers your home. So let's say you're in Texas, it's that ice storm, the power goes out. Automatically, your lighting will start powering your house like nothing ever happened.
I like that. Living on the coast like I do in Houston, we lose power quite often. And the fact that the F-150 Lightning can power my house so I don't have to live without air conditioning, I give that 2 thumbs up.
It's a game changer.
It really is. I love the fact too that it's like an office on wheels. When you're in the interior, you can really make that truck work for you.
Yeah, so we really thought through, how our customers use it. One is our mobile work surface. So what that means is we can fold down our shifter, fold down our console, so it's completely a flat surface. So laptops, basically writing notes, stopping at a fast food joint to eat there, and then in our second row, our whole second row seats fold up, so that means you can put furniture in there, your giant dogs if you want. It's a rolling kennel, and really we want to make sure to maximize that space. So we know our truck owners really live and they work in their trucks, and we want to make it as comfortable as possible.
Yeah. Well, and I wanted to ask about the working in there because I grew up on a farm,
Yeah.
and my dad always drove Ford pickup trucks. But they, one thing is that they haul a lot and they tow a lot. And how is the performance compared to the gas powered?
Yeah, what made this vehicle so successful early on is when we're developing it, it's always a truck first. So it's going to tow up to 10,000 pounds. It's going to haul way over 2,000 pounds. So it still does all those truck things you need it to. And then what we really worked on is what is our current truck owners, what they like about the vehicle and what they don't like. For example, F-150 Lightning, we're 100% 5-passenger crew cab, and then our 5.5-foot bed. We share that with our current F-150 gas. And the main reason is our current truck owners, they have tonneau covers, accessories, they have all those tools in the back. Is what we're not asking them to buy all unique adapters or accessories just because they're going electric. So we want to make that transition as easy as possible.
Now, I like the idea that you can use it for a work truck, you can take it camping, you can take it tailgating. It pretty much does everything. So how do we get it in our driveway? Can you help us figure out how to charge it at home?
Yeah, so we want to make the buying experience as easy as possible. What we know is the majority of F-150 Lightning owners, they're first-time electric owners. So from the order experiences, we walk through what wall box you need. Do you want to charge it under 8 hours at home? Do you need to? Do you live in an apartment and you really can't, so you don't really need to buy a wall box? And then we have technologies of our Ford Pass app. So it will tell you where to charge. All you have to do is plug in your destination, and it'll automatically calculate what your range is and where you need to charge. And then post-purchase, when you're waiting in the vehicle, is we have big partnerships with basically a solar panel company, Sunrun, and we want to make sure almost basically white glove the experience. So we want to make sure that you guys are set up as soon as possible when you take delivery.
See, and I love how you guys help us out so much. I know we're talking about, personal ownership of the F-150 Lightning, but if somebody listening right now is a fleet manager and wants to go pro on this, you guys can help them out with telematics as well.
Yeah, we have a whole business unit called Ford Pro. We dominate in the commercial space, and one of the main reasons is not just you buy Lightning. What Ford Pro provides is the telematics to tell you, hey, how do I save the most money? What's the most efficient? As well as we have in-field consultants that can work with a small fleet, a large fleet, to what maybe they only need to electrify half their fleet because based on their usages, that's what makes sense. So we have those subject matter experts walking through the Ford Pro customers.
And I like it too that if I'm a fleet manager, I can call up any of my trucks, see what's going on with them, if they need to be charged before my employee forgets to charge it.
Correct. We have the whole dashboard. And what's really cool is even technologies of, we know that if a driver takes it home and it's set up in the telematics, is the company can pay back that driver to charge at home. So he doesn't have to worry about taking it back to the lot if he doesn't have to.
It's so easy.
It is. I mean, it's engineered, like you've thought of all these things.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the goals for Ford with this vehicle. What's the future? What does 2023 look like?
Yeah, electrifying the F-150, that's really our stamp of we are serious on electric future. And as we mentioned for F-150 Lightning specifically, we're ramping up to 150,000 units by the end of next year. That's going to put our sales about 600,000 electric vehicles on the road by the next year. But really more importantly is that's our commitment. We're spending $50 billion of investment through 2026 to really build out in what we call is Blue Oval City. That's our brand new F-Series all-electric plant that's being built in Kentucky and Tennessee that'll be online in the next couple of years.
Okay, well, I got to ask him. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
I want to know, you know, all the bells and whistles, you know, all the stuff that we can add to this truck. I want Jason to build your favorite truck that you'd park in your driveway.
I would say the best combination of capability, performance, and technology is a loaded Lariat trim. It has all the bells and whistles, and every customer will be really happy with it.
Yeah. I think I'll go with that.
I like the truck too. I fall in love with it. Thank you so much, Jason. Great to have you with me, Laura.
Thank you.
And it was a beautiful truck, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
So let's start with what's new with Sustainable Green Team this month.
With Sustainable Green Team, we're planning we're envisioning an engagement in the Middle East where we give a visual representation to people who will come to COP28, which will be held in Dubai, of what can be done by the combination of the technology we bring and the capacity that SGTM brings. So we're planning to build out of coloured mulch in the desert a flag that people can fly in over and see from the air. And under that, we're planning to improve the soil using local waste incubated with our technology to grow water underneath the flag and grow plants through the flag, so people can, as they come in to prepare for COP28 over the next 12 months, they can learn what kind of leadership is in that region that has taken up this kind of technology to at scale improve the desert.
Mm-hmm. And then what about the event in Florida?
We were lucky enough to be invited by the management team of SGTM on the 15th and 16th of December to their inaugural global convention. So both Ken and I are featured speakers there, featured guests. What we hope to do is to broaden the relationships with all of the team and also to extend that knowledge transfer, the training component of which I am responsible all over the world.
And just talk about 2023. I mean, we're looking ahead to a new year. What are your goals, missions for next year? Maybe you could both weigh in on this.
Yeah, so the ultimate objective is to have an impact on 25% of the world's arable land. So to have a component that's adding the rebuilding of that much land. That's millions and millions and millions of acres. Not such an easy task. So in 2023, we want to build that capacity. We can do some of that here in the US, we'll do some in other parts of the world. Together with SGTM, that means we'll be collecting and securing feedstock to build the catalyst for soil in a number of locations all over the US. And then we'll be partnering with people who are users of that, so large agricultural producers and people who want to do a social responsibility or have a social responsibility impact on large areas of land. We're forming partnerships there. So 2023 looks very interesting.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
The Sustainable Green Team is a leading provider of environmentally conscious solutions in the arbor care, disposal, and recycling industry. We are a vertically integrated green manufacturer of green waste to usable product solutions. We recently partnered with VRM Biologic, which includes manufacturing and distribution rights for world-leading soil moisture technology, Humisoil, and XLR8 Bio. Find us on the OTCQX as the stock ticker SGTM. The time to invest in the future of sustainability is now for this generation and future generations.
Do your employees use Zoom? Do your employees use Microsoft Teams? Professionals need enhanced security. Add Verify's Defender for the only secure, zero-trust video conferencing protection. Your employees, clients, and patients deserve it.
PetVivo is a biomedical device company currently focusing on the manufacturing, commercialization, and licensing of innovative medical devices for animals. And with me is the CEO, John Lai, to talk about, let's just give everybody an update on what PetVivo is doing and who are the recipients of this medical device.
So we developed a protein particle matrix that mimics cartilage and tissue. So it's a very effective tool in the management of osteoarthritis, lameness, joint afflictions, and in many situations for rehab of dogs, horses, and then eventually cats.
Okay.
So we're pretty excited about the cat side because Zoetis came out and talked about how they're focusing on educating veterinary doctors on how to diagnose osteoarthritis in cats. Cats are unique creatures. They have their own personality.
Yeah.
And generally when they have a lameness issue, they just sleep more. And everybody thinks, oh, my cat's getting older. But that's not the case. They could have a much more energetic cat if they treat the osteoarthritis.
Interesting. Okay, so let's start with the horses, because you went to the American Association of Equine Practitioners conference.
Yep.
Explain that, and how was the product received there?
Yep. So it's the biggest conference for equine doctors in the United States. It was in San Antonio this year, and next year it will be in San Diego. And it was really refreshing and interesting to see how MWI helped us in the marketing of the product. They sent it to all the equine vets before the conference to come visit us at our booth and also go to our theater presentations where Dr. Joe Manning presented the benefits of Spring with OsteoCushion technology. Our booth was literally 3 deep most of the time, which was really good because everyone's looking for a naturally derived product, which ours is. There's synthetic lubricants out there. They work well, but the regulators for horse racing and other types of performance horse is starting to put restrictions on the use of that. So we become the de facto alternative.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and at the theater presentation, I think capacity was like 100. We had like 115 to 120, 2 straight days of Dr. Manning presenting, which is really big. So we're,
Okay, so it sounds like you've got a busy year ahead.
Yes,
What's
it is.
going on?
Oh, also the exchange is open for 20 hours.
Okay.
So
yeah, 24/7 anymore, it feels like. Well, I look forward to our updates this year as all these kind of pivotal things come through, the clinical trials and so forth. So.
Yep,
Great.
Thank you, Jane.
Thanks, John.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
American Rebel calls itself America's patriotic brand. They sell safes, firearms, accessories, things like that. And with me is the CEO, Andy Ross, to tell me more about the company. And we touched on this a little bit when you were here a few weeks ago, but tell me again about the history and how did American Rebel start?
American Rebel started, it's really a great organic story of the American dream come true. You know, I had a TV show for 10 years on the Outdoor Channel, Sportsman's Channel, called Maximum Archery World Tour. I bow hunted the world on outdoor TV for 10 years. And while I was doing the show, I made a little music for the show, right? I wrote some hunting songs, some campfire songs coming in and out of commercials, the intro, songs like Gotta Go Hunting Blues, Hunt Me Down, Support Your Local Wildlife, Blood Trail on a Whitetail. And they were kind of themed around the show. But when digital file sharing and iTunes came out, they actually did real well. And a lot of artists in Nashville, a lot of country artists, watched my show because they're hunters. And the next thing I know, I'm getting opportunities to write with, you know, really accomplished artists. Next thing I know, I end up going to Nashville and making an album. And I've made 4 now. We've made 4 albums of music. The music's doing really well, and I had a song called American Rebel in 2015. It became a patriotic anthem, went viral, and me and Doug Grau, my producer manager, now president of American Rebel, and Corey Lambrick, lead outside director, we thought, you know, why don't we build a brand around this momentum, this synergy, this energy we got with this music and this vibe. And there was only one name to call it, American Rebel, right? So American Rebel was born. Next thing I know, that was 2015. February of this year, we ended up being uplisted to NASDAQ.
Yeah.
So I'm now the CEO of a publicly traded company. So, a kid with a passion for bow hunting ends up with a TV show, ends up with a music career, ends up the CEO of a publicly traded company, and finds himself blessed today to be sitting here with you.
I know, it sounds like an awesome life, actually. And you really you made a recent acquisition, right? Tell me about that.
So while we were making our concealed carry products, making our gun safes, we used an OEM manufacturer, and this OEM manufacturer also owned a brand called Champion and a brand called Superior. So again, our OEM factory, 2 factories, we just, you know, as he got up in years and was thinking about, you know, pulling it to the curb and retiring and slowing down a little bit, he had done a lot of business with us, and we had a good relationship, and we were the ones fortunate enough to buy his company.
Yeah.
So we now own Champion, Superior, as well as American Rebel, of course. We own the factories, we have distribution centers, 5 distribution centers around the country, and we have almost 400 retail stores buying our product.
Yeah, so what's next for American Rebel?
Oh, what's next? We're on our way to become America's patriotic brand, so we've got some new product launches. We've got our 2A lockers we'll be introducing in January at the SHOT Show in Las Vegas, and we also have our full line of e-bikes that we'll be introducing. Some people have asked me, they've said, you know, e-bikes, that's a little bit of distance away from safes. Well, a lot of our stores are full-blown sporting goods stores, and they would love to see American Rebel dartboards, American Rebel kayaks. They want to see all kinds of American Rebel products, and the market of e-bikes right now is just absolutely exploding.
It's huge in New York, yeah.
And we've got a good bike too. We've got a good line. We're not, you know, e-bikes are also becoming, they're great transportation. Obviously, they're a lot of people, you know, like the green story around them, but they're also becoming a sport like X Games. I mean, people are doing trail riding and mountain biking, and you know, they're fun. They're a sport as well as transportation. So we've got an on-road off-road, and an off-road e-bike that we're excited to show the world.
So how can somebody find out more about American Rebel and Andy Ross?
Well, you can go to our social media, of course. Everything's at American Rebel, at Andy Ross Rebel, or andyross.com or americanrebel.com. And we would love to have you be a part of our patriotic family and help us grow this great brand.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Andy.
Happy to do it. Thank you.
The Sustainable Green Team is a leading provider of environmentally conscious solutions in the arbor care, disposal, and recycling industry. We are a vertically integrated green manufacturer of green waste to usable product solutions. We recently partnered with BioLogik, which includes manufacturing and distribution rights for world-leading soil moisture technology, Humisoil, and XLR8 Bio. Find us on the OTCQX as the stock ticker SGTM. The time to invest in the future of sustainability is now for this generation and future generations.
Do your employees use Zoom? Do your employees use Microsoft Teams? professionals need enhanced security. AdZerify's Defender for the only secure zero trust video conferencing protection. Your employees, clients, and patients deserve it.
Secure is a platform that provides secure communication tools on email, messaging, other services as well, and had quite a pivotal year last year. With me is the CEO, Alon Giahi, to talk about, let's kind of go through last year, because it seemed like a lot of pivotal things happened with the company, a lot of game changers. Let's kind of summarize what happened in 2022. And Happy New Year, by the way.
Thank you, Jane. Happy New Year to you and all our viewers. Yeah, so 2022 for Secure. So 21 was really the year that we kind of just started. We raised some money, and then we just launched the second half of 21 with kind of hit and miss and trial and error. So 2022 was the year that we really were able to develop our solutions more solidly. So we developed the secure mail application, which is there's always improvements, obviously, in feature, but now we have the secure mail app on Android and iPhone. Our secure messenger, also, that was the first product we did on apps, but now we have secure messenger for businesses as well. So you can archive your conversation if you're a finance company or a legal firm and you need to keep conversations and texts and so forth. We heard last year about the $2 billion fines that banks were having because their employees were using, WhatsApp and other type of solutions that are not compliant with certain rules. So 2022, we did improve the solution. We gained our user base. We doubled from roughly 2,400 to over 5,000 subscribers, paying subscribers. If you go to secure.com, SEKUR.com, and you want to buy our solution, you have 1 week free trial, and you can put a promo code SECURE25, SEKUR25. That gives you 25% off for at least 1 year, maybe more. But I think for 1 whole year, you get 25% off monthly or yearly rates. If you buy yearly, you get 2 months off. And you have a combo of the whole thing, or just an email, or just a messenger. And I encourage everybody to try it, basically. And also follow us on Secure Private at Twitter, if you can. We do a lot of posting, and that way you can be more informed with what we do. You can go to secureprivatedata.com, our corporate site, and download on our investor section the FRC research report. And also you can put your email so you can be automatically in our mailing list whenever we send news or mailing to our shareholders.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, Alon. Look forward to the updates this year.
Thanks, Jane, and everyone have a happy, healthy, and of course, because it's a financial channel, a prosperous new year.
Thank you.